All right, Coach, you give an opening statement and we'll take questions.
You know, it's a long season. You have games where, you end up winning a game and you don't feel great about it. But as a coach, with where we're at building this program, you feel great about every win. We didn't play it as well as we need to play in the last 25 minutes of the game. And I say that with all respect to FDU and Greg and his guys. I said before the game to a lot of different people, this team that we're playing is really good. And to our guys' credit, they took heed to that and came out really ready to go. And probably the first 15 minutes was as good as we've played all year long. Defensive energy was great. We shared the ball. We moved the ball, defended well. And then kind of just didn't respond as well to their zone, and our offensive inefficiency impacted our defensive intensity. And it's just something we got to learn and grow from. And at the same time, I'm proud of the guys. The last 3 full possessions, we got 3 straight stops. And Justin Brown and his effort and energy saved the day on the offensive rebounds. And we made just enough free throws down the stretch and made just enough plays to win the game. So, as I said on the radio just a second ago, we're 10-2. You get to 10-2 because you have 10-2 habits and 10-2 behavior, and that's what we've done. Now we need to, as you move into conference play, that has to improve and increase. And our guys have earned that record, and it's a second straight year that we've equaled the win total of the season before in the non-conference for the overall from the year before. And as I said, that hopefully this is the last year we get to say that ever. So we got to keep improving, but I like the way our guys compete, and we got some guys who did a lot of good things today.
Coach, you talked about the stops that the team got down the stretch, and they also made some clutch free throws down the stretch. Do you recall ever winning a game where your team doesn't make a field goal for almost the last 7 minutes of the game?
No. It's hard to do. You know what I mean? It's hard to do. And we had some good looks, some wide open looks, some good looks. But that's, this was a game that, offensively, we've been much better than I thought we would be through the first 11 games. We are a high turnover team, which is something that we got to keep getting better at, and we do a great job of getting to the free throw line. We got to make more of those. But this was really one of the few games that we just stalled offensively, and then became a little tentative offensively as well. You could kind of see it where guys were maybe not as assertive as we need them to be. And then, that's when you got to rely on your defense and your rebounding. Again, I think this is maybe the 4th straight game we've held opponents to under 40 from the field, 30 from the 3, and we out-rebound them by 23. Pretty impressive, and if we can get the turnovers under control and shoot a little better from the line, it gives us a great opportunity to continue to win games. So, we didn't get great play from some of the guys, and some other guys picked it up, obviously.
Do you feel like the game may be slowing down a little bit for Xavier? Because his contributions since the Colgate game at both ends of the court have been really good.
Yeah, sometimes as a freshman point guard, your numbers aren't going to show the impact that you're making. But, we have such positive overall numbers when he's on the court because he's really good defensively, keeps the ball in front of him, plays at a very high confidence level, steady, never gets too rattled. But he is getting a better understanding of, playing a point guard at a high level college basketball. It's hard. You know what I mean? He can't make some of the plays that you're accustomed to making in high school and different things like that. But the kid's a worker, so he's just going to keep getting better. We're very confident with him on the court. Sometimes we've been forced into playing him when Q together, but I'm very comfortable with that. I think he's done a great job. You look at 12 games in, we wouldn't be 10-2 without his contributions.
David struggling to shoot, but he was really, really active defensively. I think he had 8 rebounds.
Yeah, the basket is not looking big for him right now, and he was, we got to get him to understand, I need him to be more aggressive, more assertive offensively. Sometimes right now he's kind of shooting when he shouldn't and passing when he should shoot, and he's got to get a little better feel for it, and then some of that's on the coaching staff. We got to do a better job of helping him with that. To his credit, he was a monster on the defensive glass for us. The only guy who had more defensive rebounds than him was Lex, and then still was able to get to the free throw line, gets 8 free throws tonight without shooting the ball very well. So. Again, with the shots that he took tonight, he makes his normal amount. We're looking at a great game for him. So I was pleased that he was still able to have a positive impact even without shooting the ball as well.
Talked about sharing the basketball a little bit. I mean, the assist numbers don't really show it, but you guys obviously distributed the basketball pretty well amongst the scorers. But do you think this team is making the right plays? Making the right basketball plays in the right situation?
Yeah, and today isn't a great example of it. I thought in the last 5 minutes, for the first time in a long time, we probably, and I said it before the game to the TV people, one of the big differences with our team this year is, throughout a game, we might take 1 or 2 bad shots. And last year it was 10 to 15 bad shots, That's one of the reasons we're a good offensive rebounding team, is because the guys know the shots are going up at that time. I thought in the end of the first half we probably took 3 or 4 bad shots, which led to breakouts. And then, we like I said, we get a little less assertive on offense and a little less, in terms of making aggressive decisions, a little apprehensive in terms of what we wanted to do, and it led to some shots we shouldn't have taken where we had to force up a shot and some turnovers. So, we'll address that, and the biggest thing is, players got to kind of play through that. You got to give them the freedom. And I told the guys about 8 minutes ago, you're going to have to go out and win this game by being more aggressive, by getting back to our defense, and by, knocking down some big shots or getting some offensive rebounds, and I thought that's exactly what we did.
Another freshman that's growing into his role kind of bit, obviously, Alexis Yetna. Another 16 points, 16 boards today.
Yeah, I mean, that's
talk about his development. He's been so good.
Stat line is off the charts. We got a group of guys that plays really, really hard, and he just plays hard every single play. He thinks every rebound should be his. And so now I get ticked off when he doesn't get it, but he's shooting the ball better, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, which is going to help him because he's going to get fouled. Got a couple big, offensive rebounds for us in the second half. Did he make the last basket for us, Russ?
Yes.
Yeah, on a putback, right?
Yep.
So, I've coached teams where our best offense was the missed shot, and Lex is pretty, he's crafty around there. He's just got a nose for the ball. I'd like to say we taught him that stuff. We didn't. He just has a knack and nose for that. And some of the other areas he's improving in. So pleased with his development, obviously, through the first 12 games.
As a whole, big picture, how would you assess your team after these first 12 games?
Well, I'm not sure anybody thought we'd be 10-2, but I like our energy level. I like the toughness and the grit that we play with. I like our physicality. I like the fact that we're confident, but we're still very humble in terms of knowing that we got a long way to go. There's obviously some areas in our game that we need to improve in. We need to get better free throw shooting. We need to take care of the ball a little better, and we can't have any lulls on the defensive end in league play. But at the same time, where we're at right now, it leaps and bounds ahead of where we started the season, and that we just you know, again, every single day is an opportunity for every guy on the team individually to get better and us collectively to get better. And our guys have really embraced that. And I think it's one of the reasons that we've had some success and we're also getting better.
Anything else?
All right?